Good morning, dear children. Now, the last class, it was a very small, funny poem, Elite California. Only 3 question answers were given there. Hope all have copied it and studied it also. Now, we move on to the next lesson. That is lesson 2, the Song of Songs. Now, look at the get started given there. Write the names of these musical instruments. Which of these is not Indian? Which is not an Indian musical instrument? Can you tell me which is the instrument shown there which is not an Indian instrument? Of course, it is the guitar. Guitar is a Western instrument. Western countries, they follow the guitar. But nowadays, here also we have it. Now, all of you are interested in music, isn't it? All love to hear music. Yes? Now, look at the pictures given there and can you name them? The first one is the sitar. Yes, I have written it on the board. First one is sitar, straight coming down it is. Second one, you know which is the harmonium. Second one is the harmonium. Third one is called the shehnai. And fourth one is the tabla. Sorry, I made a mistake there. Fourth one is tabla. The fifth one is sarod. Sixth one mridangam. And the last one is guitar. So I read it once more. Sitar, harmonium, shehnai, tabla, sarod, mridangam and guitar. So guitar is the instrument which is not an Indian one. Now we start the lesson. Sant Haridas was the guru of the great Tansen, the court musician to Akbar. Read about his meeting with Akbar. You know who was Akbar, isn't it? Akbar was a famous Mughal emperor, isn't it? Now in Akbar's court there were different prominent musicians, and among them the most important or the famous musician was called Tansen. Now Tansen's guru was Sant Haridas. Now in this lesson we are going to read about the meeting of Akbar and Sant Haridas. Now section 1. Slowly, gently, the exhausted musician laid his tanpura on the carpet. Tanpura is the musical instrument. You can see in the picture. Tansen is the one and Akbar is the one who is shown in the picture here on page 18. Slowly, gently, the exhausted musician. Exhausted musician means tired. After playing for a long time on the tanpura, he was feeling tired. So he was exhausted. Musician laid his tanpura on the carpet. The exquisite strains of Rag Darbari still vibrated within the hall. What is the meaning of exquisite strains? Means the beautiful notes, the notes of the song. That is, Rag Darbari is a tune in the Hindustani classical music known to be very difficult to play. So, Rag Darbari is a tune in Hindustan classical music which is very difficult. But Tansen did it so beautifully that the hall was vibrating. So, the hall was echoing with the sound of his music. Emperor Akbar looked up, his eyes bright with admiration. He was admiring, he loved music very much. This emperor, he loved music very much. So, he was always asking Tansen to play, to show him one after the other his musical talents. Wonderful, he said. Superb. I listen to you every day, but I can't seem to have enough. So the emperor is telling, your music is really wonderful. Super it is. Yes, I want to hear it every day. I am not at all tired or I am not at all bored of hearing your music every day. I want to hear more and more of your music because you are a very, very talented musician. So Tansen bowed in silent gratitude. So he bowed before the king to show his thanks. He did not say anything. He only bowed to show his thanks. I think you have the most wonderful voice in the world, said Akbar. So Akbar told him, I think you are having the most wonderful voice in the world. You know, some famous singers, they've got very sweet voice, a wonderful voice which will capture you, which will keep you enchanted as though like magic. You like to go on listening to the song. I don't, Shahanshah, said Tansen with a smile. Now who is called the Shahanshah? Shahanshah is the king of kings, the emperor Akbar. The people in his court call him Shahanshah. There is someone who sings far better than I do. So Tansen is telling the emperor, there is somebody else who sings much better than I can. Really? Cried the disbelieving Akbar. Then I must have him sing in my court. Can you arrange it? So Akbar is surprised to hear that there is another person who can sing more beautifully than Tansen. When Tansen said this, he was surprised. He said, okay then, ask him to come to my court. We can make arrangements so I can hear his song. Tansen shook his head. I am afraid he will not come, sir. So he is telling the king, I am afraid, I don't think this great man who can sing better than me will come here to this court. What? Not even if he hears that the emperor himself requests him to. So Akbar is surprised. He is telling, even when the emperor orders him to come to the court, will he not come? Will he not obey me? That is what he is asking Tansen. No, not even then. So Tansen said, no, not even if the king or the emperor asks him to come, he will not obey. This reply would have enraged any other emperor. Enraged means get angry. If it was any other king, they would have got angry. Or if it was any other man, he would have got angry. Yes, because this singer, this famous singer, as Tansen said, would not come even when the king called him. He did not obey the king. So then the king would be angry at him. But Akbar, however, was different. Akbar was a different man, a totally different man. Very well, Ustad ji, said Akbar, smiling into Tansen's half scared eyes. Half scared eyes means he was half afraid of this king. He don't know what the emperor would say when Tansen told him that this man would not come to the court even if the king ordered him. So he was half frightened, but what happened? He smiled. Akbar smiled. Looking at Tansen's face, he smiled. If he doesn't come, I shall go to him myself. Will you take me to him? So he said, if the famous singer does not come to my court, does not come to my palace to sing, then I will go to his house or wherever he is staying so that I can hear him sing. So he is asking Tansen, will you take me there? Will you take me to this person? Yes, sir, provided you do not come as the emperor of Hindustan. So what did Tansen say? Tansen said, I will take you, but on one condition. There is one condition. What is that condition? You must not come as the emperor of Hindustan. You must come as an ordinary person. Only then I can take you to this famous singer. I shall go as a humble lover of music. So what did Akbar say? Okay then, I will come with you as a humble lover of music, as a normal man, as an ordinary man who loves music very much. Sant Haridas was the man Tansen had spoken of. So who was this man Tansen was speaking about? It was his guru, Sant Haridas. That is the name of that guru. He had been Tansen's music teacher and lived the austere life of a hermit. What's the meaning of austere life? A simple and very strictly disciplined life. You know what is a hermit, children? A sannyasi, isn't it? So Sant Haridas, who was Tansen's guru, was leading the life of a sannyasi. So when Tansen and the emperor reached his hut, Sant Haridas was busy with his daily chores. Now what are the daily chores? The everyday household or routine task. The everyday, the work that you do every day, that is called the daily chores. Now while they reached there, while the emperor and Tansen reached Sant Haridas's hut, he was busy with his daily work. When they requested him to sing, he smiled but said firmly, I am long past the age for singing. So they entered the hut and they asked him, they requested him to sing a song. At that time, what did the Guru say? What did Sant Haridas say? I am become very old. I cannot sing anymore. I am very sorry. I am long past the age for singing. I have stopped singing. Yes, I am become very old. I am not interested. Even his favorite pupil could not persuade him to change his mind. So Tansen was the Guru's favorite student. So even when the favorite student asked the Guru to sing, he said no. He said he could not sing. Even he could not make him change his mind. So we stop here, children. In next section 2 we will take in the next class. All of you all read the lesson well and study the new words. Thank you.